And here's the latest coming in from India as its top court has pronounced its verdict on pleas challenging the legality of the restrictions imposed in Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370, which gave special status to the erstwhile state. One of the pleas has been moved by Congress leader Gulam Nabi Azad, who has also served as the chief minister of the erstwhile state. And the pleas challenged the freedom of movement at the shutdown of communications and internet in the Union territory after the centre abrogated Article 370 on August 5th last year. On November 21st last year, the centre had defended the restrictions, saying that they were part of preventive steps against terrorist activities in the valley. The verdict has already been announced by Justice N.V. Ramanna. And for more details on the verdict that has arrived, let me quickly go across to our political editor, Mr. Kartikeya Sharma, who's joining us live at the moment for more updates. Kartikeya, be it the suspension of internet, free movement or other freedoms in Jammu and Kashmir, today, of course, the Apex Court has announced a landmark verdict. Help us gain an understanding of what the Supreme Court has stated, and will this in any way translate into some respite for the Union territory and its detained political leaders?
See, there are three aspects to the order which has been passed by the bench. The first is the fundamental, which is the constitutional one. The second aspect is the process which will take place in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And third is the net result which will impact the common people. So let me start with the constitutional part. You know, in the order, the court says that the liberty and security are always at loggerhead, and it is the court's job to ensure that the citizens are provided all rights and security. The court also says that the power under Section 144 cannot be used as a curb on legitimate expression of democratic right. And it says that preventive measure must be subject to the test of proportionality. And court says it can only be used if there is a likelihood of violence and danger to the public safety. So court is also somehow connecting your right to communicate, express yourself through internet with Article 19, which is the fundamental right of expression. So which all the more makes it interesting and important, which means that you can go to the court and question the act of the government to suspend net on the ground, on the premise that there will be violence. So this is a very important observation which is part of the order which the court has made. It's going to have a direct bearing on a number of cases in various parts of the country. But what it does is, it has directed the state government to actually look into all the restrictive orders in place within 7 days. And they have also asked the government to publish all restrictive orders under Section 144 in future, which means that the government cannot be arbitrary and they will need to explain their stand. Though on the other hand, the council from the government of India said that they need to maintain these restrictions for law and order. They kept on arguing in the court that the communication restrictions and business facilities are two different things. But court held otherwise. They felt, and many people felt, that the past cannot be undone, but it cannot happen at the cost of the democratic principles and right of the citizens.
Absolutely. Very well said, and indeed a very fine balance over there between national security and freedom of expression to be maintained. Thank you so much, Kartikeya Sharma, for bringing us all the latest.